People are so stupid today. A couple of videos back, I mentioned that you're going to have a bunch of Puerto Ricans and his so-called Hispanics selling Valentine's chocolate, chocolate, tasty Valentine's pagan chocolate, flowers, red flowers, yellow flowers, white flowers. If you want to mix bouquet of flowers, you can buy that. Whatever tugs on your significant other's heartstrings. It's a money hustle. Then you got the big teddy pandering bears. That could work the spirit also. They control you through your emotions. Sometimes the main emotion they use is fear. That's the purpose of religion. To create a fear in you to the point where you walk as a robot, a programmed robot. It's a damn shame. But, I was driving by on the way home and I saw, the teddy bears and all that crap out there. And I was like, damn, that was fast. And then the later it got, the more floodlights were set up and the more teddy bears and candy and flowers was set out for people to do their last minute shopping before February 14th hit, Valentine's Day. Hey, but that's what it is. That's them playing their role. So I'm not really surprised. See it every year. I used to be dumb like that at one time. I used to believe it was a mandatory duty for me to buy flowers or Valentine's teddy bears or whatever for that particular woman I was seeing at that time. It was a mortal sin not to buy nothing for your girlfriend and your mother on Valentine's Day. They do all that garbage and the women still end up with nobody. They end up single and desperate for companionship or someone to take care of them or help them with their children. They have children by a dude or different dudes, and they expect a stupid Negro to put on his white cape and white shoes and come to the rescue. They're saying by 2030, the majority of women will be single. They will have no men. Men have turned their back on marriage. I want to show you a quick clip before before I even go there. I want to show you a quick clip because you can buy all the candy and chocolate you want. There's still going to be issues and problems. Still going to be issues and problems. You could do all that crap. You're going to still have problems. I'm talking about in terms of relationship problems. That's all you see happening now. Yeah. Just serious relationship problems. And feel-good chocolate is not going to solve the problem. Not going to solve the problem. Again, we are emotional, dumb people. I don't care what anybody says. We're emotionally dumb and stupid, and we believe anything. We believe anything. One thing I got to say is the Bible, it teaches you to get your emotions in check. teaches you to get your emotions in check. Jennifer Lewis. Yeah, I like this sister. She's kind of funny. I've seen her on a few sitcoms. But it says Jennifer Lewis, she says Jesus is most black women's husband. Husbands. Is what she's saying. I wonder why. A lot of you know why already. You know why. This is why I say, that whole chocolate garbage and teddy bears and whatnot, that's just to make people feel good. You watch tomorrow when you go to work, how many women are going to be walking around looking weird and sad. You already started seeing it on the jobs already. I do a survey, a personal mental survey every year on this, and you watch and see how many women are going to be walking around sad and depressed and looking weird because they don't have a man. Or if they had a man, he's a bum. Or if they have a man, it's not the man that they originally wanted. They just settled. Or they just don't have a man at all. You watch. I remember many years ago, I would, if I was at work, certain women would get flowers or chocolate sent to them. I used to be an idiot. I used to have a special flower hotline. Special flower hotlines, 1-800-FLOWERS. And I could quickly send flowers to someone. You know how much of a waste of money that is? It's a waste of money and time. Waste of money. Just a total waste of money and time, man. Get rid of that one. Yeah, but this sister, she said some shocking, powerful words. I was surprised for a sister to rip out, to rip and run like she did. It's a quick video, but I was very surprised. I forgot the name of the show she was on. Damn, what's the name of the show she was on? It was with Diana Ross's daughter. I think she's on that same show. And this brother, he's a comedian. I forgot the name of the show. She's catching hell too now. It says in an undated interview that has surfaced on social media, actress Jennifer Lewis says Jesus is the husband of many black women. As Moguldom reports, elsewhere in the interview, Lewis calls black people a conquered race. A conquered race. You can listen to the snippet of this interview here. In the interview, Lewis says Jesus is most black women's husbands. You'll see they did a number on us black people. We are a conquered race. They put the black man. She said they put the black man out of the house in order for the black mother to get welfare. The man couldn't be in the house. He had to be working. Of course, they wouldn't give him a job. This is what she said. Is that true? You better believe it's true. Feminism has taken over the black woman's mind. Not all the sisters. But I think you know where I'm going.
Everybody, let's take a look at this video, okay? Let's have a discussion. Jennifer Lewis. And in case you don't know, I'm sure everybody should know, she's pretty much a star on Blackish. She's put on different work.
That's a show, Blackish. Pretty good show. I always like that show. I don't really like too many so-called black comedies because the buffoonery is over the top. But it's a pretty good show. That's where I remember her from. But check it out.
Everybody, let's take a look at this video, okay? Let's have a discussion. Jennifer Lewis. And in case you don't know, I'm sure everybody should know, she's pretty much a star on Blackish. She's put on different worlds. She's played in a few Tyler Perry movies, Meet the Browns. I can do that all by myself. Gotta love her. Let's love the fro. Let's take a look at this video, this clip, and let's have a conversation. And you know, I'm gonna say this out loud. Jesus is most black women's husband.
It's true. How many times you've heard sisters say, Jesus is my husband, or Jesus this, Jesus that? You know, they're talking about white Jesus when they do, they do that. Even in Blackish, the same sister, she would always cry out for Black Jesus. If something went down, she would yell out Black Jesus. Let's go.
He had to be working. Of course, they wouldn't give him a job. Y'all better come with me. We come from some shit.
It's true, though. It's true. One day this country is going to fall, man. One day this country is going to fall, and a lot of the women, the weak women, and the weak men who depend on Daddy America, you're going to find yourselves left and abandoned, and you're not going to know what the hell to do. It's all a scam. It's all a scam and a hoax and a lie. And I'm going to be patient. I'm going to, you know, like I mentioned in the last few videos, I'm going to be very patient and watch this place slowly erode. You know, they talking about the UFOs again. I was watching Tucker a little while ago. They had an airline pilot, the one who followed the famous TikTok UFO, or produced the footage of the TikTok UFO, which we know as the chariots of the Most High. Then they brought up this subject: do you have permission to shoot at anything you see? You know, those devils probably want to take a shot at one of the Most High's chariots. You know, that's that's their nature. But it's sad because at some point, a lot of us got to go. A lot of us still trust in the shadows of Egypt, and a lot of us have to go. Bottom line. And that's cool because everybody is just playing their part, man. So it's cool. I don't mind. I wish it was different, but I don't mind. Look what the Lord said here. The Lord said very clear. The Lord, he says in the book of Romans 9, verse 26, it says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, meaning our forefathers, the men who worshiped the Most High and kept the commandments of the Most High, the sisters who worshiped the Most High and kept the commandments of the Most High, who at one time believed in the Most High. Then you had a falling away through the chasing and worshiping of other gods, just like you have now. Valentine's Day is the worshiping and chasing and submitting to other gods, believe it or not. This is where we're at now. Christianity, same thing. You're worshiping and you have submitted yourselves to other gods. You can say, no, that's not true. It says Jesus is Lord, and you could find Jesus in many, many different ways. No. When you celebrate Valentine's Day or Christianity, or you in the church, you are following other gods. No matter how mad you want to be or how you feel, you are worshiping other gods, and you worshiping the gods of the heathens. If you're in Christianity, you're worshiping the God of the white man, the devil. If you're into Islam, you're worshiping the God of the Arabs, the heathen. The heathen. And if you're worshiping Valentine's Day, you are following the devil, bottom line. Can't get around that. Has nothing to do with love, has nothing to do with the Most High. It's all lies. It's all lies. But your soul and your feelings and your emotions, nobody can tell you nothing. Check it out. No one can tell you anything because you're in your feelings and you're in your emotions. Bottom line, you're in your feelings and your emotions, and no one can tell you anything. I know because I was talking with these brothers on a whole different platform. They hate the Bible, man. And they were, they hate the Bible so much they were having a discussion about the Bible. And when I tried to explain what the Bible's about and just to have a back and forth or a discussion with them, those silly Negroes, or at least one of them, kept cutting me off and said he doesn't want to hear what I had to say, even though the discussion was about religion to some extent. To some extent. Just how people think. Check this out.
The month of February used to be the last month of the Roman year. Julius Caesar named a month after himself, July, and gave it an extra day by taking a day from February. Another emperor, Claudius, also called Augustus, did the same and named a month after himself, August. This is how we ended up with February having only 28 days. The people in that time had the pagan belief that every month has its own spirit or deity, and that this spirit reaches the climax of its power in the middle of the month. They called it the Ides of the month.
Sounds familiar?
The middle of the month.
Julius Caesar was killed when? The Ides of March. I believe that's March 15th. He was assassinated, so-called, on the Ides of March.
Celebrated with a feast of some sort. So on the Ides of February, which is 14th of that month, the Romans had a festival called Lupercalia, meaning the Day of the Wolf.
This is where you get the word lupus from, which relates to wolf.
This was a day that was sacred to the sexual frenzy of the goddess Juno. It also honored the Roman gods Lupercus and Faunus and the legendary twin brothers.
When you watch those stupid BET awards, the dude had on boots that looked like the hoofs of a damn, whatever this is, a goat or whatever it is. This is what they was wearing. See, listen, the whole society has always been on some form of being a freak, a sexual degenerate. Oh, man, I'm gonna be careful what I say, man. I want to say so much, I can't get loose. On being, a sweetie boy, if you know what I mean. Or manly woman, if you know what I mean. The whole society has always been based on some of those aspects, or all of those aspects plus more. It's just that now it's on steroids, and so-called Negroes and Hispanics, you've become so dumb and so ignorant and so emotional, they can get away with doing this right in your face now. Right in your face. And your women who are the weaker vessel, like Eve, are caught up into their emotions, and they want flowers, and they want chocolate, and they want teddy bears. And you, because you've been feminized and you're so weak now, not you brothers and sisters who are in the faith, I'm talking about the brothers and sisters outside of the faith. They're so weak and feminized, they go along with it. They're Adam, following Eve, who is following the devil through her emotions and feelings. And just like how Eve spiritually ate from what the Most High forbade her, told her not to eat from, had taken on that knowledge that she wasn't supposed to take into her spirit, She persuaded Adam to do the same thing, and Adam, like an idiot, followed along. Luckily, we are into that new Adam. We have put on that new Adam, which is Yahweh Shai, who they call Christ now. Luckily.
That supposedly founded Rome, Remus and Romulus. The wolf connection is then obvious, as these twins were allegedly raised by a wolf in a cave. On this feast day, the priests of Lupercus dressed in goat skins for the ceremony, where goats and a dog.
I read in my book. I got this book I keep behind me, and and usually if I meet a sister and this time come up around, like, I always keep that book on cock. Keep it right there, ready to go, because they're gonna come with the feelings and emotions. But I read in this book, in the future, they used to take the hides and dip them in milk, because milk is symbolic of fertility. And he would pretty much perform the same rituals which they're about to go into, that the Romans are indulging. Rather, they did the same thing in Europe. Many years after, young boys would put on these hides dipped in milk, and they would chase women, and if they caught women, that was a match. So this goes all the way back to Rome, but there was a lot of freakism and pagan rituals involved in Valentine's Day. And this is what people are going to be going loony and crazy about tomorrow. You're going to put on Hot 97, if that still exists, in certain radio shows, and it's going to be the top 100 love songs, and you're going to have the lovey-dovey spirit, but it's really the spirit of Satan. That's what it is, bottom line.
Was sacrificed on what was called Palatine Hill. The priests smeared themselves in the blood of these animals. They carved a goat skin thong.
Notice how the priests are naked. They run naked, whipping the behinds of women, and the women would willingly get whipped by these hides, these bloody hides, because they believed it would make them fertile. Look at the picture closely. These dudes is naked.
Which was called a Februar, and is also where the month got its name, February. Red with blood, thongs in hand, they ran around Palatine Hill in a wild frenzy. Naked women would sit all around this hill, and the bloodied priests...
Naked women. Naked women. You heard that? Naked women.
Red with blood, thongs in hand, they ran around Palatine Hill in a wild frenzy. Naked women would sit all around this hill, and the bloodied priests would then strike them with these thongs. They believed that it would make them fertile. The young women would gather in the city, and their names were put in boxes. These so-called love notes were called billets. The men would then draw a billet, and the woman whose name was on it became his sexual lust partner for that year. They would fornicate with each other until the next Lupercalia. The 14th of February thus became a day of unbridled sexual lust.
There you go. But try to tell a ninja this. Try to tell a ninja this. You shouldn't celebrate this day and what it's really based on, and what you're hearing now. And there's a lot more to this. You got Saint Valentine's, who was executed, I believe, by Claudius. You got a lot more to within this whole thing. It's a day of murder, being a freak, being a fornicator, and he just changed things around, just like they changed Christmas around. Christmas is also pagan, and it has to deal with sun worship, the day of Saturn, and it's when the sun is supposed to be in its highest position. I think initially it was January 6th, which is associated with All Saints Day. A lot of Hispanics is heavily into that, or used to be at one time. And they moved the day to December 25th based on a time of the year called Sol Invictus, meaning unconquered sun, I believe it was. But, you know, these things have powerful spirits attached to them, and we feed this spiritually to our kids. Going back to Eve, Eve fed the nonsense that she was weak to Adam, and Adam willingly ate of the forbidden knowledge that the Most High told him not to indulge in. And that's the way the world is now. You saw those Grammys. You saw Rihanna yesterday at the Super Bowl halftime, all dressed in all red again. Not her again, but the relating closely to the Grammys. She too was dressed in all red. I believe it was a hooded outfit, and I heard she was pregnant on this damn slab hooked up to cables. I was like, that damn slab should break. She should slide right down. I'm just messing around. I don't want this. Well, I heard she's a heathen, but if she's a sister, I don't want the sister to break her damn neck or the child to die. But, you know, that would have been something, though. If the Most High would have let that damn sled or whatever she was on, that pagan float, and the Most High would have let it break, that would have been something. but they use us to destroy us at the same time, if you know what I mean. And it's usually the women. It's usually the women.
There are even churches today that use Valentine's Day for sermons on love and to host Valentine's meals, and so on and so forth. When the Gnostic Catholic Church began to get a foothold in Rome around the 3rd century, they assigned priests to uphold this festival and called them Valentinians. The Catholic Valentinians.
I'm not going to keep going forward because I don't want to get a strike against me for using this video, but you get the point. I don't think it's hard for you to figure out what's going on around you if you're spiritual enough or you know the Most High, you know your Bible. It's not that hard. Not that hard at all. And, you know, there's going to be serious a serious domino effect of judgments coming from the Most High because of this and things of the past. But luckily, the Most High, you know, he has men and women like you, brothers and sisters, who refuse to eat this crap, meaning take this crap in your spirit and eat it and vex the Holy Spirit, go against the Most High. In other words, there's a lot of you brothers and sisters who are upright and love the Most High so much that you're unwilling to be a part of the devil's worship. And that's beautiful, man. That you refuse to bow down to the devil. I respect that. Look what it says here. We're going back here again. Romans 9, verse 26, it says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, to them being you so-called Negroes and Hispanics who have repented and that love the Most High and are refusing to indulge in Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, Halloween, you name it, Father's Day. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. And that's what's happening now. You're waking up to the Spirit as the children of the living God, the Most High's firstborn. The same firstborn who the Most High used Moses to tell Pharaoh to let his people go. That they may worship the Most High. Same thing today. You're trying to break free from the devil's grip. You're trying to break free from the oppressor so you can worship and serve the Most High freely in your own homeland. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea. See that? And this is frightening to your enemies, that you are like the sand of the Most High Sea. It's not just so-called blacks, it's so-called Hispanics too. It's Simeon and Ephraim. Ephraim means what? Fruitful. He has many children. So because of this is a threat. So they have to take out as many as you as possible before the judgment comes. They're programmed to do this. The same way Cain is programmed to be a murderer, or was programmed to be a murderer, the same way Esau was programmed to live by the sword, the same way the heathens we went through in Psalms 83 over the Sabbath, how they programmed to come up with plots and programs to destroy you. Everybody's playing their part. And some of you are programmed to serve the Most High and to come back to the Most High in spirit and in truth, in righteousness and in the spirit of Christ, who is Yahweh Shai. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children be as the sand of the sea, a remnant. See this? A remnant shall be saved. A part shall be saved. So what's going to happen to the other part that's outside of the remnant? They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed because they don't love the Most High. They don't want to change. And I'm telling you, I purposely go to other people's channels and I'll mess around with them, and they do not want to change. They don't. They want to continue to do what they're doing and live how they live, and they don't want to change. They believe in the shadows of Egypt. They believe in this modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. They believe in this, and they don't want to change. But that's cool. They're playing their part. They're playing their part. And just like I said, they programmed to play that part and worship the religions of their enemies, to worship the beliefs and the idolatry of the enemies, to follow the lies of the enemies. That's what they're programmed to do. But you saw what we just read. The Most High said he has a remnant, which is a part of the nation that can't be measured nor numbered. That's not going to bow down to the wickedness of this world or do the things that that most of our people are doing. They know what's up. They know they are evil people, and their job is to destroy us. They're going to destroy as many of us as possible. That's their job. And you brothers and sisters, you have a job, and your job is to serve the Most High in spirit and in truth. So tomorrow, let me give you an assignment. Look at all those sad faces. Look at all those pouty faces of all the sisters who won't be getting chocolate, tasty pagan Valentine's chocolate, or teddy bears or panda bears. Think about it. Or Care Bears, flowers. Look at them. And at the same time, look at all the brothers running crazy, buying teddy bears and crap at the last minute. Look at them running crazy. And then when it's all over, when February 15th comes into play, everybody's going to be niggly bears all over again, cheating on each other, fornicating against each other, committing adultery, having babies that they shouldn't have, baby rabies. It's the same crap over and over again each year. You know what? Each year it gets worse and worse. The power and the drive of Christmas gets weaker every year because of a lack of money, a lack of love, a lack of manipulation, a poor economy. Gets worse and worse. I don't care. I don't care at all because I'm not into that. But just something to think about. It was on my mind. I just want to share. It's Brother Baquat signing out. You brothers and sisters, you stay strong. And you do what's right. I'm out.